I'm going to end the debate right now on dehydrating vermicompost or worm castings. Now, you do not want them dry as a crisp. You're not going for 100% reduction in water moisture content, okay? Really, what you want is you can actually feel moisture in the receptors of your skin, so when you touch it, it should feel slightly damp. But I'm going to show you exactly why we do have to dehydrate it, because until now, this has actually been in a dehydration process for about 2 weeks. Until now, it wouldn't come out of the fine filter sieve. You see that? So now it is. So we can finally do our final filtration. And what'll happen is we'll pull out any of the remaining material that made it through the previous filters so that we get extra fine worm castings. The reason that we do that is because if the particle size is smaller, then in chemistry you're going to have a faster reaction rate because smaller particles have a greater amount of surface area by ratio compared to large particles. It's kind of the analogy of, you know, putting a Tums into water as a whole, it's going to break down slower than if you ground it up and put it in, that'll dissolve faster. And in this case, what we want is a fast rate of dissolving and in the vermicompost when we put it into the compost tea system, because we're using it for cell culture. Now, we don't want to take it so far that it gets crispy and hard and dry, and when we move it around, it creates dust in the air. That's too dry. The reason is that we're trying to balance between keeping enough of the microorganisms alive. Dehydrating can definitely kill them, which is a lot of biologists' fears. So I've had other biologists be like, oh, you really don't need to dehydrate it. Well, okay, then how exactly are you going to filter out the things that aren't broken down, like seeds, and then also your worms? You need to retain your worm population, and if you aren't, then you aren't vermicomposting very well, because that population is what produces your compost and allows you to expand and have a consistency in productivity. So yeah, you definitely need to dehydrate it a little bit and control that, which is technically curing, okay? So you're curing the worm castings, the vermicompost, and the reason is so it will go through this really fine filter. I'll show you. See, this is a finer particle size. The previous ones were a little bit bigger, but we still seeds will still get through that. This is the initial one, which is honestly just break it down and get any really big things out of it. And slowly and progressively, it gets finer and finer. And that should be your goal with vermicompost production. That's the point at which you want to use it. That's the point at which you can package and ship it if it has a little bit of breathing.